Chances are when most people think of Norscot, they think of their Caterpillar scale models that they've been producing for some time. But in fact, in the early 2000s, they were licensed to produce scale models for other different OEMs, including the Case Construction Corporation. In 2005, Norscot released a set of 4 1:87 scale case machines, the first being obviously the CX330 excavator that we'll get to in a minute, but they also produced a loader, a articulated dump truck, and I believe a 580N backhoe loader. All 4 very nice, and all 4 getting increasingly difficult to find because they are very popular with the HO scale model railroad layouts. So taking a look at this model, because it is so small, again, bear in mind this is 1:87 scale, there are a lot of compromises in terms of functionality and detail. Probably the most noticeable is these large silver rivets. Again, they would have looked a lot better painted, but still, again, it's a very small model, and it doesn't look that bad. Functionality of the boom and stick, again, isn't terrible. You got a good range of motion in terms of curl with your bucket in and your bucket out. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't really fold up that tight for a transport load, again, because of the compromises in the boom and stick. One big thing that you have to pay particular attention if you do choose to pick this model up is there's a lot of play in the boom and stick, so you really want to be careful when you go to rotate this, on the undercarriage, that you don't grab something that would result in the stick and boom possibly popping off. But it does rotate 360 degrees pretty freely. So there you go there. Not too much of a hassle. It is mounted again by a single screw. The tracks are rubber, but even on rougher surfaces, they won't tend to bite and roll at all. So it would be wise to use this again as mostly a display model, which it was pretty much intended for in the first place. But how does it look next to a 1:87 scale dump truck? Here's a Boley single rear axle international truck, and it does clear and dump without an issue, and the two look great on a layout together. In terms of the box, very similar to the early style Cat 1:87 scale Norscot models. Picture of the real machine. Obviously, it sits in here in a clear window. Here's the side of it, and on the back has a picture of the model and some features of the model itself. Overall, the CX330 made by Norscot in 1:87 scale is really nice considering it's now 10 years old. And again, as I alluded to at the beginning of this video, all 4 of these case models are very, very hard to find. So if you're a fan of either the smaller stuff or case equipment, this model is highly recommended. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.